because I already had sesame oil in it. And I'm like, shit. So, okay, I'm pretty much fully committed now to this extremely spicy chili oil sesame eggs. And I'm like, all right, I'll eat it. I'll still eat it. I will. Um, but I kind of thought that, like, I don't know what I really thought was going to happen, but I really didn't expect it to cook the chili oil in and accept the chili oil into the eggs as it cooked. I kind of thought they'd stay separate. So it ended up absorbing all of the oils that was in the pan, all of it, the chili and the sesame. And so I'm sitting there like looking at it as I'm cooking it, like this is gonna be so spicy. Like I like chili oil, but this is an uncomfortable level of chili oil even for me. And so anyway, I ended up making it. The eggs turned out like this beautiful, like orangey sort of color from like the variation of chili oil and the yolks. And it was very, very pretty. And then I ended up sprinkling some like some seaweed and some sesame seeds and some like other sort of like what do you call it? I think it's like freeze dried uh, egg yolks as well. It's all crumbled up into it. I took some photos. I'll put them up on Instagram later so you guys can have a look. But it was so bloody amazing because like I've definitely gotten good at making my sushi rice for sure. I've figured that out. Um, but the other thing is too, I've been getting better at like gently cooking eggs so they're not like solid or crispy or dry or whatever. Like they are actually really nice. And yeah, so I was super excited about that. Sat down and ate it. I was expecting it to be a lot spicier. I think it like capped me in the throat to begin with, and my throat's like still a little bit sore from it yesterday, from like the spices just absolutely ripping into it. But at the same time, it was worth it. I would make again. It's very pretty. Well, as pretty as you can make eggs and rice, I guess. It should open a second.
Trader Joel's is now open.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy isn't the one that has my quest, but he should be able to take some of my gear for sale. I have so much gear for sale.
You friendly.
I should also.
If there's nothing else, you best be on
Sounds
your
like
way.
it's inside. I'm pretty sure it's outside. All right. So what is it? Shift click. So I'm probably gonna walk around his place and just loot him out. I haven't done that over here before. Let's see. Oh, you. We've got all these like amazing weapons and stuff, and I'm pretty sure like some of you guys watching this like, the hell is she doing? Like this stuff is like super good or super useful for stuff, and I'm like, I'm very very far along in my game, so I don't need it. I have a lot of it. If I don't already have it, I can make it in enough of a quantity that it's not a problem. I sell some. I'm super glad that I actually had a chance to sell some of the bullets to him too, because my god, was I getting up on that. Now I also have a couple of. I noticed I had a couple of med kits in my drone, so I'm going to see what I could do with that. I want to sell some. That should be enough for bullets. Now, do you have books? Day 06 will do it. Oh, I've got one book. By you. Always exciting to get a book, knowing that I haven't actually already read it. I do want to finish out her sort of like her skill tree, I guess. Get you some proper food and some goddamn tea and shit. I don't need this stuff, but I need to get her some water and stuff. I'm also going to buy more acid actually, since I have a stack of that. And yeah, there's a few things whenever I come to a trader I feel compelled to buy, and I'll just let you guys know some of them. So like early game, I'll buy like if I've got the cash for it. Okay, so if I've looted enough and I literally have like a little surplus like this, right? And I'm like, cool, I have so much money, so I'll buy as much lead as I can. I'll buy whatever parts I can't already, or I'm not already scrapping. I'll buy concrete or cement. Generally, I'll buy cement early game. Um, what else? I do buy animal fat, like excessively. I buy eggs a lot. Um, I will buy mushroom seeds as soon as I can find them, generally, and anything else that I could possibly make into a recipe of something. Bullet casings, brass, any items that are brass in household, like a candlestick or doorknobs or a sink, I'll buy them because I can scrap them down. Not really big on armor or clothing super early. Like I will find that as best I can. I'll deal with like constant deaths. Don't tend to buy a lot of medical stuff much, even if I need it. Um, Mods, not really. Like some mods, okay, some. Like for instance, I've got a couple on here. I'll have a look at it in a second, and I will buy them. If I find a nail gun, for sure, it's going to be probably one of the top of my list. Ever since I found that they exist, I uh, I will build things with a stone axe. I will. Not saying I enjoy the time it takes, and knowing that cutting down trees and like upgrading stuff takes like 2 to 4 times as long, but I will use, a pickaxe thing or whatever it is, a stone pickaxe, I think it is, until I can buy a hammer or until I can buy a nail gun. And if I can find a nail gun anywhere, that's it. There's going to be no hammer. It's going straight into a workbench. Um, Medical stuff. Sometimes I buy a little bit of medical, not much. Drones are high on the list. Books always high on the list. I will buy some ammo early game and engines and stuff like that. That's really hard for me to get. Impact racing mods. Oh my god, 100% will buy early if I can afford it, because the amount of times I'm getting around with a broken leg, because I spend a lot of my time up high wherever I can. And we also had one match. No joke. We had one map where we played it for probably just under 200 levels, like 150 to 200 levels. And it took us until the second last day of playing the game to find a crucible for sale, and we never found the recipe to make it, the schematic. The odds of that happening across 4 or more players and a large map in over 150 levels is friggin' incredible. But it happened, and we were basically crippled for making things constantly. And there were some things obviously you need a crucible for. So our game style on that map was very, very different from usual. But if that happened again, I think the thing was we all held out hope that we would find one if we just looted enough, if we just um, visit enough traders, etc. And it never happened. It was quite a shame, honestly.
I guess you're not so bad after all.
Let me take that. Do a good thing. Oh yeah, that's always worth looting his gear, by the way. Alright, cool. That's where I keep getting spinny blade traps from. I don't need any of this because I literally have surplus of it back home. This is also how you end up with a lot of money. Also, I have got like, what is it? The better bartering
Well, good luck
thing.
with that.
I have got that perk. And like I do make like the cigar and stuff like that to try to make it all better, easier. Let's see. Now I have to get to this trader. And then where is the other one? Not my trader. All the way up top. Alright. Oh, look at what you got in here. Peas. I will take your peas. Alright, they'll do it. So, I will probably end up driving up to the top snow place and then heading straight back to my base after I do this quest. Oh shit, let's get the crap out of here. It was so quietly sneaking around. I think most people also know that there's an ammo case up in here. If you don't, there's an ammo cache up in there, and you can get up there by the towers. There's also other stuff in those towers too, so it's really good for looting it as well. I'll be interested to see how they change a lot of this stuff, because I know that with the next update, whenever that chooses to come out, they are changing how the trader and trader quests and all that stuff works. So it'll be very interesting to see. Obviously, somebody started their game over there. You can see by the cube whenever I find a random cube that just happens to be out on a road, it's always where somebody started. Because I don't know about you guys, but for the most part, most people just put down a cube and they run. I actually generally don't leave the cube behind. I normally try to cut it up and take it with me for the wood nowadays. But back then, back in the beginning, I would actually like leave it there as a marker, as this is where I actually started on the map. And a couple of our server members still do that, and I think it's quite cool to see, because it's like that's where somebody started. Like I did leave the box of my own on this server, and I think that was awesome to sort of occasionally I pass by it. Get past there. Come on. All right, let's get up here. And so the trader's going to change their gear tomorrow. And I also need to find out when the next
Each
blood
day
moon's going to
is
be,
a
because
blessing, my
it's like
day.
every
And
28
here
days
is
on
your
our server.
payment.
Let's see, 42. All right, so basically a journal and some ammo. All right, I'm going to take another job. I should have taken one at the other bloke. I don't want to take it too far north. I kind of want to come back down
Can
here.
you help me with? Great. I look forward to seeing you again.
I won't do the quest now, but I will head up north and deal with that. I'm just gonna see what. Nah, he won't buy it. Damn. I was gonna say I'm like I want to sell him the
Safe
stack.
travels.
All right, let's go. What lag? Usually, I don't know about you guys, but usually whenever I got lag like that, I would get a horde, and I haven't had a horde in ages. I got one briefly a couple of games ago, but then I haven't had one for a lot longer than that. Let's get all the way up here. So it's a very long way. I could actually like speed this up by like, dying and getting up to my base and then going from there, but I'm gonna actually drive it. Um, it's a long way. And we'll go past my starting box anyway. So yeah, I would love to pick a place to build next time. So I've tried doing like the little red and white radio tower, and I watched it crumple. Um, it was it was one of those places that was not big enough. I've tried other places, like obviously the water tower base, and it was too big. I've tried the town hall, and it was too big. Um, I've tried ranger stations, and sometimes they're too small. It's kind of like I'm not happy with either it being too big or too small. Too big is a lot of work to try to secure it. I think this is where we marked up there's a bunker under this place. Yeah, so if the place is too big, it takes a substantial amount of resources for me to harvest and build and upgrade and secure it. And I end up spending very, very far into the game still doing that. However, if the base is too small, love how that building's floating. If it's too small, I end up completing building it really, really quickly, and or I don't have enough space for the general things I do. Like I like to have a few workbenches. I like to have, um, a big garden and stuff like that. So it needs to be like a good balance of that. I'd be happy enough to take a place that allows me to have like a solid garden on the roof to like maybe 150 squares or something like that. Like my current garden, I think is it 150 or 350? I think it's 350 at the moment. I think that's where I found a happy medium with garden size, because I'll go around this mountain. I know where I'm headed. I found that if you have more than 350, you can't take your entire inventory once you max out your farming skills, because it will give you like up to triple the harvest. So you can't carry that much inventory stuff. However, if you make less, obviously you can finish your harvesting and all that, but you may not necessarily get enough seeds and food production. I've kind of like got to maybe cap my roof harvesting to like 300 realistically. I'd love to have like a little like harvest area and then like an area space around it that allows me to have um, what you call it, um, like a sniper's box kind of situation. I would like it to be off the ground, but at the same time, not too high up that I'm spending all my time climbing the thing all the time. I don't generally have too much of a problem with that, but I know it's a chore for my visiting server members. And yeah, so that's why I end up having, of course, like the box down on the ground, which in the future I might actually end up making as part of like a higher part in the wall, maybe. I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know. I have so many design ideas for this game. Like I could literally go off and just start building something if I wanted to. I actually did that in one of my games. I kind of like at the end of like late game, I detonated my building and went and built another one, like a prototype for my next possible like build. And it was kind of like a small version of like the following place. Whoa, I didn't see that. Um, but yeah, it ended up being really useful to kind of like not settle into that place because it was not big enough. But I only learned that after it was fully constructed. Some of these places, like you build a house, and like the place that I've got at the moment, too big, physically too big inside for what I need. I also do not enjoy the fact that it's multi-level. I do like at least like the fact that I have room. I've got enough room for my gardens downstairs, and I've got, you know, everybody has room to like go and like hide in, but they don't need to be that big. Realistically, I could have made like individual single bedrooms. It would have been enough, but you know, I'll build something different next time, or we'll take over a place. That'll be how it goes. It's either going to be because depending on how the new game's mechanics works with like gear, I'm either gonna want to I'm either gonna want to like be in a group situation where we're all close together, or it'll be like, you know, there's a communal shack, there's a book shack or something like that, magazine rack out in the middle of whoop whoop while we're like all having our own bases again. I don't know. It'd be weird. I was gonna say, I'm like, there's a wolf up on that rock. And I'm like, I thought for a split second it was just floating, like my brain didn't compute the rock, which actually explains a lot about like why I hit trees so much. Also, some of these trees are massive. These naturally occurring ones can get up to the 1200 easily, whereas what we discovered is the farmed ones do not, for sure. Yeah, that's right. There's water up here. Right, it's only a short water. Nice. Barely any time left. Alright, let's keep going. So, if I remember right, the trader that I think I accepted this quest from is the one that's downstairs. The one that fell through the floor. Oh yeah, if I have time when I go back to my base, I wouldn't mind sorting out maybe a little bit of cooking. I did make all those meals, but I have got a lot of resources just laying around. I wouldn't mind divvying them up into some meals. It's a solid fence. Alright. This isn't gonna work. Enthusiasm. Oh, I guess I had to shoot some zombies eventually. I wasn't actually intending to stop here. There's a lot more zombies than I thought. I have also looked at some of these like semi-built houses and considered them too, but I don't know. I think because they're in like these housing community things and there is a quest on the zone, I don't think that would be a wise idea. That's the other thing too, is selecting a place that is not a quest. I'm pretty sure the water tower is not one anywhere. I think it could be like a tier 4. I don't know. All right. So there's a bear there. There's a cougar thingy. Oh god. You know what? Where is that? Okay, let's just go quickly pick that up before we deal with the trader. I'll run over that cougar on the way out if I can. Can I get through the fence at the same time? Let's find out. No. Oh. I noticed its face was glitching too. It was doing like the short neck polygon thing. Let's get up here. Yeah, I'll pick this up first because I intend to probably glass it back to my base, and I don't want to be trying to like pick this up and then do that or forget that it's here. By the way, I'll have to clear that other drop off my map too. So it should be somewhere about here. That's not quite right, but it's close enough. I don't mind getting around on foot in the snow because you can find all like the nests and the rocks and stuff. Great, it's in a tree. Delightful. Whee! Alright, let's get you out. And we'll get back into town. I must admit, I love going downhill on the bikes, like getting on and just riding straight down. Because it's so much faster. I also do like, there's an aspect about these motorbikes I really love. It's the fact that the exhaust pipes are blue. There's really, really nice, like chrome blue. Which if you paint the bike blue, it all kind of like meshes in. If you paint it black or white or whatever, it sort of stands out. Like you can see it as red and stuff, you know. Pretty cool. Funny thing is, I've had it a few times where because I've made my bike red or I've made it green, I actually felt like it was available to put down when it was not. And I've confused myself. So I do try to stay away from the colors.
Are you okay what folks say about
Okay,
you,
so
wasteland?
6.
You're
Oh, that's a
almost
lot.
okay.
500, 2,000. Holy crap. Alright, let's grab you and what was it? The helmet? Yeah. I actually don't want another job from you yet because you're already like tier 5s. Which, by the way, I don't think I've ever continued to see if they have tier 6 OS. To my knowledge, they only have tier 5s. If anybody knows if they keep going up, please let me know because I'd love to know if that happens. We've got to level 5 quest and been like, yeah, this is clearly the top. This is the hardest it possibly gets. What is your gear? Have you got books? Not books that I haven't read. I also like buying like housey shit, like, you know, stupid shit like lockers and coolers and stuff. I'm not sure why. I just like the aesthetics, I guess. Yeah. I have so many bullet casings. Like, I have to stop myself from buying it because I don't need it.
Time to move on.
Open you. That's a good set. Do you accept that? No? Okay.
If there's nothing else,
Cool.
best
Give
be
you
on
that
your
to
way.
eat. Now, where are you? Come here. Pretty sure I can carry all of that plus you. Put you there. Now, yeah, I've got my bike, my drone, and I don't have a glass on me. Sir, do you sell drinks? Let's see, food and drinks. You have... You
I'm
only
gonna
have
have
food
to
or
ask
sell.
you to leave.
Well, I'm gonna have to go and use your goddamn vending machine. Nervous guy. I could loot his stuff around the place. I could probably happen across a glass or something. I just don't feel like it. I'm like, I might as well drink something, see if they've got any good stuff. Loot his shit while I'm here. I loot that? No, it's empty. Alright, so this. Yucca smoothie will do. I'm pretty sure I sold that to you, but okay. Sugar butts and stuff. Let's take back some food. Alright. Actually, you know what? I didn't have to buy anything. There's always drinks here. Anyway, so what did we learn today? We learned that I forget that basic coolers exist and I don't need to buy anything. Let's take that. Alright, let's go home. Let's look out the window solemnly while she dies. It takes her a long time to die. She's got like 200 health. I swear, I end the game and I start the game the same way every time, is with a death penalty. If we didn't have like don't drop everything, I would not be doing that. I would be making my effort to drag my like broken ass back home. Alright, so I would just want to leave that in there. It's like raggedy and stuff, but whatever, it'll do. And I want to put the money away. Okay, so that should be all in there, and that was probably what I was going to do with that for today. Oh my god, no, I didn't have my light on. Oh my god, it's so fucking bright in here. Every single time I return home, I'm like, dear god, it's so bright. And it's actually like, I have proper lights, and the room is shiny. Alright, let's see. I've got all my medical crap away. Let's put some stuff away. So this is all cans and stuff. So I must have run out of some of my cans, or they're double ups. I'll do it. I've got a lot of pasta. Take some extra drinks. I probably don't have room in my drink one for that. Nah, I didn't think so. I was pretty certain about that, honestly. Get rid of that. I guess I want some of that. Oh yeah, fuel stuff. So I need to refuel everything. Alright, and I did take my bike around a fair bit, so I'll need to pop that down. Oh yeah, all my food looks like it's ready. Yeah, so here's my wall of mushrooms in all of its glory. And my yard looks like it's ready. Where's my pumpkins? Yeah, they're good. Yeah, all my stuff looks like it's ready to harvest too. That'd be really good. I'll see what I can make with what I've got already in here, and then I'll consider harvesting it like next time. Because when I do a big harvest, I basically lose this penalty immediately. It does not bother me in the slightest bit that like I can kill off my death penalty by doing that. Take the fuel. Now you. I'm still acquiring so much brass. Like I'm not even really trying with it anymore, but it still happens. Jesus, I thought, you know, that is the right type of weapon. I must have just been on the wrong box before. Alright. So yeah, I have so much stuff. Okay, and was I making anything? I normally make it on this one. No. I have coins still. There we go. Alright, so I don't need any of like the crafting like stuff out of there. But actually, give me some extra space for now. Alright, so let's see what we've got. So grab a can of you, that, stack of that. I haven't actually made food for quite a while, so it'd be interesting to see what I've got. I don't need that many eggs. Take some corn stuff. I think that's lamb. What have we got? Chicken. Chicken doesn't go into anything. Lamb does. Beef and lamb does. Grab a few steaks. A few dead steaks. Now I've got peas and tuna. Bring more of that with me. Fix that up. And might as well grab more spam. Now, I need to see, yes, I do actually have a bit of water. So I'm going to fill up with as much water as I can, one of those, and just dump some of this over here for the moment. Be a bit easier. I was storing at one point like additional water, but I don't know, I just kind of stopped at some point. Let's grab whatever I can. So, no, let's not make coffee on this one. And sorry, yuccas and blueberries are going into smoothies. I can make beer. I'll make beer in a second. I'll show you just how bloody fast that thing is to make. Okay, so that should be enough of that. And we'll grab some more water, whatever we can carry. That'll do it. Anyway, let's start. Okay, so we've got some murky water too. Okay, so food. Chili dogs, always on the menu. Let's do, I need 5 of these too, but that's not going to be ready anytime soon. Move over. Give me 4 of them for the moment. Make some fish tacos. That'll be a little bit. Gumbo stew, maybe. First we've got spaghetti. Let's throw spaghetti on first. Let's see. We just ran out of something. It may have been, it wasn't the peas. So let's have a look at replenishing. Go back here, get that. And no, I still got meat. I still got water. Yeah. Okay, so this was cooking. I forgot about this one. Let's see. What can you make? Shepherd's pie. Sure, go for it. Some sham chowder. I did want to make some gumbo stew, but I'm pretty sure that requires something real specific with the beef rations. Alright, so that's interesting to know. I can always make a shit ton of stew too. Okay, I always have that availability. Okay, so let's just hit that and we'll come back over here. Replenish whatever I was out of. We have do it. Now I'll need more water. Oh yeah, grab the beer because that will make some specific foods. So here, I need you to make pumpkin cheesecake. I'll keep a hobo stew. By the way, it doesn't matter to me what I'm making because essentially I'm probably going to end up selling like at least half of it. Alright, here it is. So, can I make more chili dogs? Yes, not on that one. This is why I always have multiples because like I'm always going to fill up all these slots. What else we got? I could have made blueberry pie if I had made a bit more. I've used up all that. Could I make... I'll make probably actually 10 of these. I haven't been actually making these like properly. Okay, that'll do it for now. Let's grab whatever I've got out of here. Mostly the dirty water. Alright. So I'm pretty much content with the items that I grabbed and started making. I can make other stuff soon, so I'm not too worried. Put all your cans back. I thought I'd make more that nasty gravy toast crap, but yeah. No, apparently it didn't happen. Alright, so we got a couple of proper meals and got all this water in here. By the way, I need to go check. Did I leave any water in here? Yes, I did. I'm going to forget about that, so let's bring this over here. I used to store the water like right next to it, but I honestly started just forgetting that it exists. So that's kind of like unproductive. Now, I legit do not remember if I'm supposed to be using murky water